Today we are going to start with the point in Business Law 3, Semester 4, Companies Act 2013, winding up of a company. So what do you mean by winding up of the company? When any company sell off their assets in order to pay their debts, it means companies are not having their enough assets and they are having more number of liabilities. At that time company decide to wind up their company or close their company. So winding up is the first stage of closing the company where assets are sold, and your company does not lose its legal status. Whereas final stage is dissolution of the company. Dissolution of company, it means when the company ceases its existence. It means company does not exist. At that time we say that company is dissolved. So winding up is the first stage and dissolution is the final stage of winding up of the company. Liquidation is conversion of company's business asset in order to pay their debts. You can see the picture when the companies are not having enough money to pay off to the creditors or pay off their loans. At that time we say that the company is in the stage of winding up of their business. Liquidation is a process in accounting by which a company is brought to an end. Liquidation term is being used in Canada, UK, United States, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Italy and many other countries. Liquidation is sometimes referred as winding up or dissolution. We already studied that dissolution is the last stage of liquidation. For example, a retail chain manufacturer, a retail chain, you can say, retail chain shopper or shop want to close its stores. So at that time, what they will do if the retail shopkeeper want to close its stores, wind up its stores. So firstly, what they will do, they sell off their assets or they will offer everything at a discount rate, and then finally they will clear all their stock and finally they close their company. So in this manner, the company goes for liquidation process. So again, there are different modes of winding up of the company. Compulsorily winding up by the tribunal or court. Sometimes a court might ask the company to close their existence, and sometimes company voluntarily adopt the winding up of their own company by passing a resolution in general meeting. So voluntarily winding up is classified into two, that is members voluntarily wind up the company, and secondly creditor voluntarily wind up the company. So let's have a look at compulsorily winding up. When company becomes insolvent, at that time, or company become bankrupt, at that time there is a order given by court or tribunal to close that company under section 270 of Companies Act 2013. Now voluntarily wind up, second type, it is again classified into two, members voluntarily winding up. Here whenever company is solvent, company is having enough finance, company is having fund, but the members of the company want to close their company by their own. Why? Suppose sometimes there might be a case they don't want to continue with that business, they need to start another business. So at that time the members will voluntarily wind up that company, but for this case there should be a declaration by the board of director that company is solvent, and that there should be a director opinion that companies are not having any loans, and if they are having loans they will repay that amount of loans in within the 3 years of winding up. Next is creditors voluntarily winding up. In this type of winding up of a company where company is declared as insolvent, company is not able to pay of their creditors dues to the creditors. So at that time the company will hold a meeting with the creditor and they will make a full statement and the list of creditor, and what are their estimated claim they will settle in the few months or few years. They will declare in that meeting that they will pay off their creditors. We have completed this point. Thank you. Thank you all. We'll continue soon in another lecture. Have a nice day.